What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this POV review by Autobahn. My name is Max, and today we've got another Honda S2000. Now, a while ago you might remember we reviewed a Honda S2000 with a supercharger, and that was Yuri's car. And when I was doing that review, Yuri was there with this car as well. We drove both his cars to our spot here in Germany, but then this car had the fuel line inside the tank. There was something wrong with it. I think it was porous or whatever, and it cracked, so we couldn't continue filming, and the car had to be towed. Luckily it was just a small issue and it's fixed, and Yuri came back. Yay! This is his track car. The supercharged S2000 is his daily, and this has been spec'd, built for the Nürburgring. Basically, that is where Yuri takes this car, and it is awesome. It has a massive precision 850 turbo on it. It sounds super angry, and it looks like something that came. This is his track car. The supercharged S2000 is his daily, and this has been spec'd, built for the Nürburgring. Basically, that is where Yuri takes this car, and it is awesome. It has a massive precision 850 turbo on it. It sounds super angry, and it looks like something that came right out of the Fast and the Furious. It hit me right in the feels, this car. So much nostalgia. So today I'm going to show you around it. I'm going to show you all the mods on it, and then we'll take it for a drive towards the Autobahn for an Autobahn blast. Now, there are a few things on this car that give it that real Fast and the Furious look. Of course, it's that massive rear wing that you can see from freaking Mars, but it's also this front end with this downforce splitter and this super cool hood with all the vents in it. It's got carbon fenders, so this is 10 millimeters wider than stock, and it just looks so angry and cool. It just looks cool. Absolutely love it. So wheels, tires, brakes, suspension, all have been changed, of course, for track driving. So we've got these OZ Racing, what are these, Ultralegeras? Yeah, Ultralegera HLT wheels, very, very beautiful. And then around that we've got these Federal tires, 595 RSR, very good tire as well. We've got a Rotora big brake kit, and we've got Intrux suspension, which is amazing. That suspension is freaking magic. It's a Dutch company, and I think they specialize in like race car suspension, but yeah, you can really feel that this has been set up properly. Then we've got a downforce side skirt as well. We've got a Mugen cage, which is super rare, and it looks freaking awesome. And then at the rear, yeah, we've got this massive wing. I think this might be the biggest wing we've ever had on a car, and it's on an S2000. It just looks so Fast and the Furious, especially with that big diffuser from Password JDM. And we've got a 3-inch custom exhaust with a valve in there as well. It looks the part. It basically looks the way you want an S2000, a tuned S2000 to look. All right, so let's check out the engine. So this, of course, is the business end of the S2000. Now, stock, it's all about that VTEC. It's all about that naturally aspirated 9,000 RPM power delivery that everyone always raves about. But they are so suitable for tuning, both with a supercharger and with a turbo. It just works so well, and the engines are super strong. So this is an F20C engine, so a 2-liter, but then we've got the crank and rods from an F22, so the 2.2 liter, which makes this a 2.2 liter. And then we've got CP pistons. We've got a dual flow radiator. This carbon plate here also looks very nice, Password JDM. A tile blow-off valve, I can see that one over there. It's basically a completely built engine by Sneaky Tuning in the Netherlands, which is like the fast Honda specialist of the Netherlands. And you can see the Intrux suspension here, which is adjustable. it looks so clean. I mean, this is absolutely stunning. Now, before Yuri was at Sneaky Tuning, he had a very different setup with a turbo and a supercharger, but it was really hard to get that working properly. It had like 800 horsepower, I think, but it just didn't really work, and it was just a headache basically. It was a pain in the ass. Yuri has had this car since 2004. So it really is his baby. So I'm super stoked that we get to drive it. Even though it broke down last time, Yuri still came back for another go, which I really appreciate. This looks freaking awesome. So the tuning has been done by Sneaky Tuning as well, and you end up with low boost 540 horsepower and 500 newton meters of torque, and in high boost 600 horsepower and 590-ish newton meters of torque. So that is a very healthy amount. With that precision 850 turbo, as I said, very healthy amount for a car that weighs 1300 kilos. Oh man, and then the interior has been custom done as well. We've got these Recaro seats. Are these pole positions? I think they are. Really nice seats. We've got a 4-point harness. As I said, Yuri tracks this car, so that is a very nice addition. And then we've got this interior that has been covered in Alcantara, which looks super nice. With this gray and red, it just looks right. Complete dash has been covered in this stuff as well, with a nice touch panel wide LCD monitor. Very cool. And then we've got one of the coolest things on this car. Yuri actually went to Japan, to the factory, and he took this radio cover panel with him to Japan. And then he had it signed by the 4 designers of the S2000 and the Honda NSX, which is very cool. That is a really cool touch on this car. Now, before we continue, I just want to give you a rare glimpse behind the scenes. Yuri just installed these racing stripes with duct tape because the underbody panel, also carbon fiber by Password JDM. I don't know if you guys can see that, but someone at the Honda workshop forgot to put back all the screws, so we needed the duct tape to get that panel fixed. It is fixed on most sides, but on one side it was not completely fixed, so we have installed this duct tape because race car, basically. This is how you fix things on race cars. So it has now earned the badge of honor. It is now a true race car. Okay, 4-point harness. Now we have a little switch here, which is on high boost right now, which is what I'm going to keep it at. 600 horsepower. Start it up. We've also got a carbon twin plate clutch for this body right here, and this still is one of the best gear shifts in the business. It is so precise and delicious. I am going to close the windows and we're going to go for a little drive. Now, obviously, seeing as the floor is not completely fixed, I'm not going to do a top speed run. Top speed is around 275 kilometers an hour. That is just the end of the gearbox, basically. So yeah, it's not that high anyway. Horsies! But the sounds this car produces, so cool. Much Fast and the Furious. A healthy amount. Oh, and it is a very quick car. And it works so well. It works so well, that F20C engine with a turbo. It does fit the car, and whereas with the supercharged version the red line was not at 9,000 anymore, it was limited. With this turboed version you still have a red line at 9,000, so you still have that crazy rev limiter. Oh, because you're at like 7,000 RPM and you already want to shift because, you know, you have the turbo, so you have so much more torque. And you're like, okay, yeah, this is, you know, this is going well. Acceleration, yes. How much? Yes. But then when you go down a gear, oh, that is the rev limiter with two massive bangs. Oh, that is freaking delicious. Oh, what a car. I mean, the supercharged one is more true to the nature of the S2000, of course. Oh, but this thing is so fast. And it's so aggressive. I love it. It's very direct, of course. Duh. But you still have that nice engine sound. Man, this thing is crazy. Listen to that. Oh, that partial wastegate. So cool. So we don't have a speedo cam, but this one is big enough, I guess, for you guys, so you can see that. As I said, the floor is not completely bolted on, so we're not going to do a top speed run, I think. Man, oh, and as I said, that in-truck suspension is sick. Oh, but it moves. It really moves, and the revs climb so quickly. Woo! And that incredible gear shift to top it off after hitting 9,000 RPM. It's just delicious. But you can really feel that this car has been made for the track. I mean, the gearing is short, the suspension is magic. Oh, and it is very, very quick. Absolutely amazing. Yuri, thank you so much for coming back. I am going to end it here because I really don't want to lose that floor. So that's it. I mean, the supercharged S2000, the turbocharged S2000, they are so different, and still they do the same thing. They take a naturally aspirated, great drivetrain and improve on that. I mean, if you ask me, I like both of them better than stock, but that's just because stock is kind of slow, basically, after you've driven these two. So, big thanks, Yuri. Awesome cars to you. Thank you for watching. You can subscribe by clicking the big button in the middle. You can also check out this video on the right or this playlist on the left. See you at the next one. Bye.